And now it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. David Bettinelli.
I'd like to congratulate everybody, and we're at this Lifetime Achievement Award section. So it's my privilege to be here tonight to celebrate a truly remarkable group of physicians who exemplify the very best of Northwell Health. The Dr. Lawrence Smith Lifetime Achievement Award represents the pinnacle of achievement within our health system. It honors those who, like Dr. Smith himself, have dedicated their careers not only to clinical excellence, but also to education and mentorship. I'd like to ask Dr. Larry Smith to please stand up and be recognized. And before we get to this year's winners, I'd also like to take a moment to ask some of the previous ones to also be recognized. I'm not sure if Dr. Mark Jarrett is still here. If he's here, ask him to please stand up. I know Dr. Harry Steinberg is here. And Dr. Kanti Rai would be here, but he was feeling a little under the weather, but a major shout out to Dr. Kanti Rai. Dr. Smith's legacy reminds us that true leadership in medicine means acting with intent, with compassion, and a deep passion for our patients and the communities that we serve. This year we recognize three incredible honorees. First, Dr. Adiel Fleischer, Deli Fleischer. For 4 decades, Dr. Fleischer has served Northwell with extraordinary dedication, including his time as chairman of obstetrics and gynecology. His impact on the well-being of mothers and babies through his contributions to obstetrics, gynecology, and especially maternal fetal medicine is simply remarkable. Next, Dr. John Kane. A true pioneer in psychiatry, Dr. Kane's groundbreaking research, particularly on schizophrenia, has transformed the lives of countless individuals. Having been with Northwell for more than 35 years, his leadership at the Zucker Hillside Hospital and the Zucker School of Medicine has elevated the standard of psychiatric care within our health system and beyond. And lastly, Dr. Stanley Katz. Dr. Katz, who's worked for our health system for more than 3 decades, is an icon of cardiology, whose innovative work in interventional cardiology has saved countless lives. His leadership at North Shore University Hospital and now Peconic Bay Medical Center has expanded access to life-saving cardiac care across Long Island. To offer a reflection on their remarkable careers, I'd now like to invite each of our honorees to share a few brief remarks. Dr. Fleischer, would you please begin?
I can't start by, oh, I'm so surprised. Thanks to Dr. Bettinelli, I learned about that a month ago, or more. Seriously, I would like to start by thanking the committee, thanking the health system leadership, and all my colleagues that I have interacted with over these many years. My family here tonight, my wife Eve, my daughters Jordana, Jennifer, Jessica, and my granddaughter Sophie here tonight. Thank you. It is hard to condense, I guess, over 40 years in 90 seconds, which is what I got. But I will do my best. The one thing I would like to emphasize here tonight is one of the key elements of our institutional culture, and that is the expectation that all of us, regardless of seniority and expertise, will continue to improve, to innovate, to challenge the status quo in order for us to provide the best possible care to our patients. That is really what made Northwell what it is, which is really one of the best health institutions in the country. And this move forward, this continuous challenge to improve, I think, is something that drives all of us, and it's clearly the future. Just remember that finishing medical school is not the end of learning, and personal growth, but it's only the beginning. It's this kind of environment that I really think is responsible for our success, and I hope it continues to go forward. So my message to the next generation is to continue down this path of lifelong learning, because the day that you stop improving, you stop innovating, and you stop trying to get better, it's the time that you have to pack things and move to warmer climates. Again, thank you, all of you, because without that, without all of you, I don't think I could be here. They say it takes a village, and this, my presence here tonight, is no exception. Thank you again. Enjoy the rest of the evening, because I certainly will. Thank you.
And now, a few words from Dr. John Kane, who is unable to be with us this evening.
I'm very honored to receive this award, and there are a few things that could keep me from being there. 15 years ago, I was a founder and served as first and third president of the Schizophrenia International Research Society, which now draws over 1,500 researchers from 45 countries to its annual meeting, which is currently being held in Chicago, where I'm giving several presentations. I've spent my entire career at the Zucker Hillside Hospital, which has provided a unique platform for me to contribute to psychiatry. I've been able as chair to develop extensive clinical programs for people of all ages with numerous high-profile specialty clinics, to help develop an excellent training program, and to create an environment where research could be integrated into clinical care. The quality of our clinical and teaching programs depends on the knowledge and implementation of evidence drawn from research findings. I'm very grateful to Northwell leadership, such as Larry Smith and David Battinelli, and of course, Michael and Mark, for supporting these efforts. Mental illnesses remain underdiagnosed and undertreated, but Northwell is addressing this issue in powerful ways. At a time when science and expertise are underappreciated, if not under attack, we all have a responsibility to utilize the respect that healthcare professionals have to better educate our patients and their families about the importance of evidence. When one is ill, one wants to be treated with kindness and respect, but above all, one wants to be treated in a way that is based on evidence. I've spent much of my career trying to develop and disseminate such evidence. Thank you again for this award.
Now, please welcome to the stage our final Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Dr. Stanley Katz.
Good evening. I would like to first thank the selection committee members for this honor and congratulate John and Deli on their awards too. I'd especially like to thank my wife for her constant support through my entire career and providing a peaceful, happy home throughout my career, allowing me to deal with the constant to and fro of work. With 4 kids, Daniel, Sarah, David, and Matthew, and me not around very much, my wife, Edie, has done an amazing job bringing them up, as she is now doing with the grandchildren. Thinking back, my first thoughts about a career was that I would become a professional soccer player. When that seemed less likely, I thought about being an actuary. Becoming a doctor was not a consideration, as I would pass out at the sight of blood. However, my overriding goal was to get out of apartheid South Africa, where I was born. Several close friends were going to medical school, and so I went to the anatomy lab to see the section of dead bodies, and I didn't pass out. So I doubled my efforts to get good enough grades to get into medical school. I arrived in New York in December 1972 to begin my life in America and to start my medical career. I set out wanting to learn as much as I could in my chosen specialty, cardiology, and utilize what I learned to make patients better. To this day, there is nothing more gratifying and magical than taking a sick patient having an acute myocardial infarction, opening the closed artery, and bringing instant relief to the patient. I was fortunate to get into the cardiology fellowship at Montefiore, where the chief of cardiology, Jim Scheuer, had a profound impact on me, learning to think clearly about available knowledge in the field. During my early years of interventional cardiology, I crossed paths with a giant in the field, Jeff Hartzler, who worked in Kansas City, Missouri. He had a huge impact on me in how he did procedures and ran his program. Very simple and practical. Both cardiologists impressed me with their honesty and integrity, and unwavering hard work that was very patient-focused. I have always tried to emulate both of them. I would especially like to thank Michael Dowling and Larry Smith for supporting my career in Northwell, which has been a thrill from day one, supporting me to the hilt to really push the envelope. I have truly been blessed, and I'm very grateful for all the opportunities that have come my way. Thank you.
Thank you, Drs. Fleischer, Kane, and Katz, for sharing your wisdom and your inspiring stories. Your words offer a powerful reminder of the dedication and passion that drives each of you. But a life in medicine is more than just a career. It is a calling that shapes who we are as individuals. We've prepared a brief video to share a glimpse into the lives of you extraordinary physicians outside of your professional roles. Please enjoy this celebration and get a very, very behind-the-scenes look at these renowned physicians. And to our honorees, thank you again for all that you are and all that you do and have done for Northwell and our entire medical community. You are phenomenal colleagues and physicians. Please enjoy the video.
In the wilds of modern medicine, there exists a rare and noble breed, the Lifetime Achievement Award-winning physician. To receive this honor, a doctor must have transformed the landscape of medicine while still remembering how to fill out insurance forms. Tonight, we honor 3 such medical marvels, each with their own peculiar habits, passions, and legendary legacies. First, we examine the rare and fascinating Dr. Kane. A psychiatrist of towering intellect, he has dedicated his life to decoding the labyrinth of the human mind and somehow still finds time to obliterate opponents in pickleball.
Pickleball? Before I could actually play tennis, he cut the strings out of a tennis racket so that I could try to get the ball to go through the racket to learn.
Tennis, work, everything he does, he puts his full energy into it.
I think that the treatment of schizophrenia as we know it is very much influenced by his work.
I was fascinated by literature when I was young. I read a lot of novels. I think T.S. Eliot said we read many books because we can't meet enough people. You know, that led me to psychiatry.
He spent his career traveling around the world, educating people, mentoring other people.
I've been to Japan probably 40 times.
You know, I'm from Spain, and I thought I knew a lot about my culture, and actually he taught me things that I didn't know.
I think you don't really know something until you go to teach it.
I remember him taking me to the Metropolitan Museum when I was a toddler.
Big passion for Japanese art as well, in particular woodblock prints.
I think there are a lot of interactions between art and science that we don't always think about. The importance of courage, the willingness to fail, trying to be creative. It's not just looking at something, it's what you see when you actually look at something.
His breakthroughs in schizophrenia treatment have changed the course of psychiatric care, offering new hope to millions. His ability to play 5 sets of tennis, thank you, at 80 years old, well, that remains unexplained by science. Behold Dr. Fleischer, a champion of women's health and an undefeated chess strategist.
My dad and I also played a lot of chess.com together, and he actually lost a couple times. I think people would be very surprised about that.
I came in the United States in 1973. These two,
We were married first in Romania and then here.
I sort of developed a taste for high-risk obstetrics that combine obstetrics with medical complications.
He didn't bring any babies home, but he would talk about his work, and you could tell he really enjoyed it. He was someone who didn't view work as a job, but really as a calling.
I guess it's in the education arena where I think I made an impact.
If someone called him in the middle of the night, a resident, for a question, he didn't just give them an answer. He would elicit the answer from the resident, even at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I would just say, why don't you just give him the answer? He said, no, let him figure it out.
We have to do X and Y for this patient because that's what Dr. Fleischer said. I said, that's not a good answer. Just because I said so doesn't make it so. Why are we operating on a certain patient? There has to be a good reason.
Beyond medicine, he's an expert in British history, a curious trait for a Romanian doctor.
Then he could probably name every member of the monarchy.
Names of admirals, of ships, of battles. It's always been his dream to live in Manhattan, to explore.
Science, culture, art, it's really a beautiful place to spend the time.
And every time we walk down the street, he just always says, isn't that beautiful, even if it isn't.
I used to jog almost 30 miles a week until about 60. I switched to walking.
And finally, we encountered the ever enigmatic Dr. Katz, a cardiologist of global renown who once thrilled stadiums as a professional soccer player.
I was in the South African under-16 team, and they assigned me to the pro team there. I was in high school. Used to get an envelope every Thursday with about $50.
Now, he prefers the thrill of flying his own 4-seater aircraft because, let's be honest, driving would be far too pedestrian.
It's like interventional cardiology. You have to learn a large body of knowledge to understand the technology, and most of your training is training you how to get out of trouble. 54-year-old man came in this past Tuesday. He started having chest pain. He called 911. His EKG shows he's having a heart attack. It's now less than 60 minutes from the time his symptoms started. I went up, identified the blockage, opened it, put a stent in, and magically his symptoms disappeared literally within 5 seconds. He said, imagine that your heart's an 8-cylinder engine. You damaged half of a cylinder, so you got 7.5 cylinders left. So stop smoking if you want to protect it.
He stayed with my father all night,
shocked him a few times, brought him back. He lived for 9 years because of him. So, yeah, we got married.
They feel a sense of doom when they're having their heart attack. And so that's the most gratifying thing I do. $20.
And so we celebrate these three magnificent beings, physicians, pioneers, adventurers. They have shaped medicine as we know it, leaving an impact as enduring as time itself.